Okay, thank you for coming to this meeting. First, is there any other people who are not coming?
No, I don't think so.
All of them.
Okay. Okay, let's start off with our. Let me introduce the project that we're gonna take, that we're gonna discuss, and we have three agendas, which is to help the homeless, to fundraise how to help the homeless, and the second one is what kind of homeless that we need to help, and the third one is to planning to give the donation to the homeless. Okay, is there any question about the project?
I think I want to ask you before others have opinion about that. I want to ask about why should we make this charity for the homeless while we are trying to make a living for our family too? But it doesn't mean that we don't want to help, but why don't we give them jobs, or maybe if the government provides the facilities for that in the form of money or other assistance?
Okay, thank you, Nina. Before I answer, is there any opinion about that question?
Excuse me, do you mean that we don't have to help the homeless because why the government can provide all the facilities that the government have?
Yeah, I mean like when we try to help them, it means that we spoil them to not trying to make a living, not trying to find a jobs like we do. Yeah, like we do. We save. I mean.
So I think our purpose on this project is to help the homeless because as we can see in our environment, there are many people like who do not have a living home like we did, like we do. So it's concerning to see the people, like many of them, and I think it's better for us to give them all or provide them a little help rather than with the government to take care of it. I think because we have humanities in us. Any opinions? I think like our discussion is the purpose of our project.
Interruption. In my opinion, I think it is the duty of the government to help them. So why we have to bother doing it?
Is there any answers to that question? Okay.
If I may, Chairman, when it comes to helping people, I don't think that our government have so many budgets to spend on this social program. So when it comes to this helping people, we do not have to absolutely rely on this government. So we have to stand on ourselves. We just do what we can on our own. So for this program, I think we should gather donation for these homeless people. Or if it is possible, we should also contact the government and make some kind of teamwork with them. That's all. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anna. I think that we can conclude that we need to help the homeless people because the government doesn't really help them with much work or the other jobs and stuff. And the point is we need to help them.
Yes, to also help the government.
Okay. Is there any other question before we start our agenda?
Yes, Chairman. In my opinion, operating under the auspices of the government is the best thing to attract public sympathy.
I'm sorry, can you speak louder?
Okay, in my opinion, operating under the auspices of the government is the best thing to attract public sympathy. That way a trust will be formed so that many people are willing and believe in donating a little of their wealth to help. Here we use the government only as a license. So that the wider community believe that we are really there to help people who don't have a house or are homeless and poor people. Therefore, the first thing we try is to request and discuss with the local authorities, or in Padang with Wali Kota Padang. And then after that, we can move to seek donations. Then we can distribute them to appropriate targets to receive the assistance. That's all.
Thank you, Adit. I think that's an excellent thing. Okay, let's start off with our first agenda, which is to fundraise and to help the homeless. I would like to ask, is there any suggestion which we can help these people? Anyone? Okay, Hannan.
Alright, thank you for giving me the opportunity. So, when it comes to how to help these homeless people, in my opinion, I believe that we should gather the most basic one, which is money. So, when we are going to gather this donation, money, you have to do some various things. First one is from the social media, internet. We create our own social media, which is specifically used for gathering donations. We spread, we create a brochure or pamphlet that is used to advertise our social program to the majority of internet people. Second one, when it comes to the real life, without using the internet, we have to come to people door by door and talk to them in personal. I think that's all for my opinion. Thank you.
Excuse me, can I interrupt? Our session is about what kind of homeless or the playing how to do.
Our agenda is how to fundraise.
So I think Adit asked a question about what kind of homeless and it's not answered it.
Yes.
Also, I would like to make clear about Adit. First, Adit is want to ask a question about what kind of homeless the people that we will help on this project. So I think, in my opinion, I'm sorry, Hannan. So I think Hannan's answer is about our next agenda planning. So I think first is about our kind of homeless. So I think, in my opinion, the kind of homeless is the people who do not have a home yet, and maybe the people who have living in their home, but the home is not worth it or they do not like the house is like really not worth to live like that. And I think it's that like the kind of people like the homeless who don't have home. And maybe any other opinion from Shafira, Abu, or IZZATURRAIHAN? Maybe are you agree or disagree with me?
Right.
Okay, and say agree or disagree.
I'm assuming you all agree with the
Interruption. Maybe I want to ask, if you say so, like homeless is like people who doesn't have home. If so, is a punk kid included?
What?
A punk. A punk people like
Wild children.
No, punks.
punk.
Punks with mohawks.
Punk people
Oh.
in punk. Punk
With the
revenge.
The punk people. I
What's
think.
the matter with them?
I think the punk people is usually like the teenager that
Run away from
run away from home.
Yes.
I think yes, because we also concerned with them. And maybe we could add more help to teach. Maybe we could get them into school to make them a better life like that. So our yes, yes.
Continue.
So our main point, my main point is we will. What kind of homeless is the people who doesn't have a home, or the people who have not worth it, like living in there, and the people, yes, people in street like that sleeping or sleep in street.
Is there any other things on that?
Sorry, but I want to make sure. So we have to help the farm people,
Yes, I think yes.
but I don't think it is necessary. I mean, like they might get I mean like
That
enough money or enough food, but you know, punk people is like a teenager, a rebel teenager that run away from their home.
Maybe we could discuss about it later.
Okay.
The second agenda is finished. Let's start off with the third agenda, which is how to give the donation, what kind of donation that we're gonna give the donation. Okay, does anyone have an opinion which we could give them? No?
I think is it possible for us to donate clothes too?
Close?
Clothes?
Anything else?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Excuse me. Thanks for the time. Why don't we just give them the money to relieve us work, and beside their need to know them too? Why don't we give them money?
Just give them.
Just give them money.
Yeah.
Is there any counter to that?
Do you want to ask a question or opinion?
For me, I think we can give the, like Nadia said, clothes, some food, like daily need there.
So they will. Yeah, I think I agree with Abdul's opinion, because if we give them money, I mean, I don't know what will they use it about. For example, I heard that one of my colleagues say that the homeless, sometimes if you give them money, they will use them to, I don't know, buy cigarettes, buy drugs, or anything else that they may harm them. And they should need food and clothes so they can survive and other things.
Yes, I agree with you, and I think like if we give them the money, I think they will not use it for food. They will use it with anything else that will not help them. And I think it's better for us to give or provide them like stuff, clothes, food, or in a place to living, and some kind of that.
Is there any opinion? Any other opinion?
So we have to highlight that it's important for us to give them like their primary needs instead of just giving them the whole money, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the opinion that we can agree with. Okay. Is there anything else that you guys want to give?
The next thing our discussion is about how we name the stuff.
Okay, we could let's start off with that. In my opinion, we could give them directly, or we could give them to the government that they could give it to the homeless and other homeless in that area. Oh yeah, mind in fact that the area that we need to provide is only in Padang, which is pretty local. So yeah, is there any other opinion on that?
differs.
Okay, excuse me. When it comes to the scope of the nation fund, I mean, the field where we should gather this donation, I think that it is true that we mostly prioritize the Padang city. But I also believe that we should add more the donation from anywhere else, because we can use the social media, which is not strictly based on Padang itself. So not only that from the Padang, we can also gather donation from outside of Padang. That's all from my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hannan. Let me correct you. I said that the homeless that we need to provide is from Padang. It's only in Padang. I mean, we can get the donation in all across Asia, maybe in other countries. That's the point that I want to point out. Okay, is that?
Yes, I think it's hard for us to provide. So I agree with Habib. I think our project is focusing on in Padang, only the homeless in Padang. Because if we, so our website, so it's also good to make a website, but our website is only in Padang, it's like reach in Padang or in homeless in Padang. Because and I think it's hard to reach the homeless in outside the country.
Outside of the area. Do you agree with my opinion on how we give the donation towards the government, or we can give them the donation to ourselves, from ourselves to the homeless? Is there any opinion? Do you agree?
Yes.
I think we can conclude this meeting for today. Rita, would you mind?
Okay, so our today's meeting, first is our topic discussion, the importance of how we have to help the homeless, because we also help the government as well, because as we know that many of the Arana maybe like in this country especially there are many homeless. So yes, it's really important. We need them. And next about is our what kind of homeless. So our kind of homeless is the people who doesn't have a home, and the people who doesn't have a better home. And next is about the planning how to do. So we how to do the project is first we give them stuff, because we don't give them a money, because the money they will not we will worry that they will not use it well. So we hand them the stuff directly to them, like clothes, food, anything that they need. So and also we make a website for all of the people in Padang can work, like maybe they donated their stuff and hand it to the homeless people that join in our website and especially in Padang.